The issue is the data is not granular enough to provide the proper insights that we need to give back to our business owners to tell them how to improve their business. Secondly, the data is not granular enough to give back to our procurement people to allow them to leverage that data to get us lower costs.
So when starting a new SMMP, you need to find data. You need to build relationships with the people who may have access to or know where that data can be found. So managing those relationships, building those relationships will allow you to get some information in your hands to build a business case.
Gaining buy-in of all your key stakeholders very early on in the process. If you don't have that buy-in from stakeholders, you can experience what I call a cascading effect. The best way to avoid that is to make sure that you've gained buy-in very early onto the process by all of your key stakeholders. And by key stakeholders, I'm referring to your meeting owners, your meeting planners, but also your procurement departments and finance.
Moving forward in a more advanced SMMP, the question with data is, how do you integrate it into your business process? So it doesn't feel like it's a struggle to get to that data, and it becomes inherent as part of your overall business mix and how you're managing your events, on how that data is being fed into your systems.
You're dealing with an environment which has multiple inputs and then a variety of locations in which data exists, and having to compile or reconcile all the various pieces from that ecosystem.
We could do some of those things through the PO process, but that would be very administratively burdensome and time consuming to do.
One of the greatest challenges I noticed over the years is in quality of data. I was actually involved in a program where 30% of all data entries had some sort of a error of commission or error of admission, meaning that there were actual mistakes in the data entry or fields were left out. Now, this is really important in a strategic meetings management program, because one of the main goals and what differentiates strategic meetings management from event by event management is the collection of data. So I think in the new world, we're going to see an increased focus on making sure that we can get the data into the system in a way that doesn't require as much data manual entry. And I think that that is one of the next frontiers of meetings management.
Finance and getting a budget put together and making sure that they have gathered all the relevant cost center information or P&L information in terms of being able to properly allocate the expenses back to the various owners. From an event manager standpoint, it provided some structure around the budget allocation piece, so being able to divide out the various segments either through vendor name and or type or service type to be able to provide then a bottoms-up template for the overall program. From a procurement standpoint then, being able to interject and understand and review and approve the statements of work which go into every event that we manage, so that we can better understand the basic who, what, where, when, why, and hows of each of the vendors' responsibilities.
Looking forward to seeing you in Orlando.